Welcome back. 6:15 right now on your Friday with Alabama's amended Safer at Home order set to go into effect this evening. Many people, perhaps you, will be heading to the lakes and rivers to usher in the unofficial start of summer.
So how will social distancing and the new amended health order impact your time on the water? Joining us on the phone now is Captain Matt Brooks with the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency's Marine Patrol Division. Good morning, Captain Brooks.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for waking up with us. So obviously patrolling the water will be a little different now. How do you monitor social distancing when it comes to spending time on the water?
Well, typically right now with the limited recreational opportunities that exist for the public, we have seen an increase in traffic. People are going to the water. It's an outdoor activity that's allowed under the previous social distancing order. What we're doing is basically monitoring to make sure that people are following the social distancing order. We're encouraging that they maintain the 6-foot social distance minimum at all times, and we're just kind of keeping an eye on things.
So I know you said you're out there monitoring things. What does it mean, though, on the docks? Are you going to actually be out there and kind of splitting up those large groups, or at the boat ramps that are open?
Well, no, ma'am. To just be perfectly honest with you, no, ma'am. We're monitoring to see if there are any issues or problems, but as far as requiring people to wear PPE while they're out or breaking up the larger groups, no, ma'am. We're going to encourage that folks use a lot of personal responsibility and follow the governor's order, and if there are any problems, of course, we'll come in and take a look at the situation.
Captain Brooks, you know this is the first time many people will be venturing out of the house and onto the water for weeks. What are you preparing your officers for?
Well, this being Memorial Day weekend, it's typically what we consider to be the kickoff of our summer boating season, and we're going to be doing the things that we traditionally do. We'll look for reckless and careless operators, and we'll also do what we can to detect and interdict persons operating under the influence of alcohol and drugs.
You got this quarantine fatigue that some people call it out there, and you never know sometimes how somebody's going to react after they've been kind of cooped up for a long period of time. Is that something that you have in mind, too, as you folks will be patrolling?
Well, typically the quarantine process or some of the orders came into effect about the same time that traditionally we have a spring break period where boating peaks. So we've been dealing with this for several weeks now. And it is an outdoor activity, and really, to be honest with you, aside from some group gatherings that we had early on, we have not experienced any real issues with it.
That was going to be what I was going to ask, is have you seen anything that you got concerned about or whatever, but you just mentioned it, maybe some group activity, but not much out there?
Well, you know, again, we've seen an increase in activity and boating traffic in general, but as far as places where people are gathering up and you know, large groups, we haven't really experienced that. There have been some locations, but most people have maintained that 6-foot distance and try to keep distance between boats. And there I'm talking about specifically beaches and some of the areas, you know, in public bodies of water where they go to gather, like islands, sandbars, what have you.
Okay. We've got about 15 seconds left. What is your message for those getting ready to hit the water this weekend? What can you kind of sum up to let them know as they prepare to head out?
Be prepared. Make sure they have the necessary safety equipment on board their vessel. They can see a list of that at our website at alea.gov. Be courteous and have a designated driver.
All right. Captain Matt Brooks with Marine Patrol Division for Alabama Law Enforcement Agency. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Hope everybody's safe on the waters out there. Thank you so much, Captain. 6:19 right now.